Welcome to Summarize Science. We all know AI, like ChatGPT, has exploded in popularity, but have you ever thought about what it takes to actually run it? The answer is massive data centers, packed with thousands of powerful computer chips called GPUs, which are incredibly expensive and consume enormous amounts of electricity. In fact, as this chart shows, the cost of just the servers and the energy to run them makes up the vast majority of the total expense. Researchers realized the old ways of managing data centers just don't work for the fast pace of AI. Traditionally, you'd build a data center with a rigid plan, use servers for a fixed time, maybe 5 years, and then replace them. But this paper proposes a much smarter, holistic framework that looks at the entire lifecycle to slash costs, breaking it down into 3 key stages: build, refresh, and operate. First is the build stage, which is about making smarter decisions right from the start. Instead of relying only on traditional air conditioning, which struggles with super hot GPUs, these charts show that using a hybrid or full liquid cooling system is far more cost-effective in the long run, reducing the total cost by up to 9%. Next, and this is where it gets really interesting, is the refresh stage, deciding when to upgrade hardware. For old-school data centers running on CPUs, the top chart shows that a steady 4 to 6-year refresh cycle was usually the most economical choice. But with AI GPUs, the researchers found this rigid schedule is a terrible idea. As you can see in the bottom chart, the best strategy is much more dynamic. Sometimes it's best to upgrade as soon as a much more efficient new GPU comes out, but other times, the cheapest option is to actually skip a new generation entirely and keep using your old hardware for longer. Finally, there's the operate stage, which is about using smart software to manage the data center day to day. This means not every task needs the newest, most expensive GPU. The system can intelligently send simpler AI queries to older, less powerful GPUs, while saving the new powerhouses for the really tough jobs, extending the life of old hardware and making the whole system more efficient. So, what happens when you combine all these strategies? The researchers found that while optimizing each stage individually provides big savings, a holistic approach that coordinates all 3 can reduce the total cost of ownership by a staggering 40%. Let's recap the important points. First, the old, rigid rules for managing data centers are obsolete in the age of AI. Second, a flexible approach is needed for everything from construction to deciding when, or even if, you should upgrade hardware. And third, smart software can squeeze maximum value out of a mixed fleet of old and new GPUs. This framework provides a roadmap for making the AI revolution more economically and environmentally sustainable. By making AI cheaper to run, cloud providers can scale their services more efficiently, which could ultimately make powerful AI tools more accessible and affordable for everyone. Thanks for watching Summarize Science.